Gordon's accident had left the express without an engine. Normally, Henry or James would take it in Gordon's absence. But Henry was still ill, and James was far too busy with his own work. Sir Tom Hatt was in his office, very forlorn, when his assistant came in.
Is there something troubling you, sir?
Indeed. Too many engines out of commission with none to spare for the express.
If I may, sir, why not borrow an engine from the mainland?
Why wouldn't he choose me? I'm capable of pulling the express.
Because you're the one who got me into this mess.
You had it coming.
Are you jealous of a little competition, Gordon?
You wouldn't be on his side if you heard what he said about you.
What did he say?
He said you were scrapped.
He what?
Said you were rotting in a scrapyard.
That's exactly where you artifacts belong.
Who said that? The engines didn't have to wonder long. In front of them purred a long, dark red diesel. He looked very strong.
Who are you?
Revolution, old-timer. The new express engine. I've heard you engines give diesels a bad name. Bowler, spam cam, old stuck-up, all names I'm sure you're familiar with.
Of course. The names of diesels that came to our island, all stuck up and proud.
But they all failed, showing just how reliable we steam engines are.
I'll give you that. Those diesels that came before did fail, but I'm different. I'll succeed where others failed. I'll show just how efficient we diesels are, putting you relics in your place. You'll see that the one giving the names will be me, and that name is Scrap.
That's exactly what you are! The diesel was just about to reply when Sir Topham had arrived.
Ah, 37702. I hope your journey here was a pleasant one. I see you've met my engines.
Yes, we have.
That's good.
For whom? Sir Tom Hatt stared at James, then returned his attention to the visitor.
I'm sure you will want to rest after your long journey. Please make yourself at home. You'll start work in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Sir Topham Hatt then turned to the big engines.
I know you each have mixed feelings on this arrangement, but I expect you all to keep it to yourself. I want you all to make our visitor welcome. I promise this is only temporary.
Yes, sir. That night, the engines were speaking about the new diesel. 37702, who wanted to sleep outside, listened intently. This new diesel has rather large shoes to fill.
Do you think he's fast?
He might be fast, but he'll never be faster than Gordon.
You mean break his speed record?
Exactly. No diesel is capable. 37702 overheard this. He thought deeply, then chuckled.
Yes,
He said,
I'll do it tomorrow.
every day, Gordon stops once at Brendam Docks with the Express. This is to collect passengers from large luxury cruise liners. Every wise express engine knows to remember this important stop. Gordon was explaining this to 37702, but the diesel paid him no mind, and could only think about beating Gordon's record.
Remember, the Express is a fast service, but no record breaking.
Why? Too afraid of your precious record being broken by a diesel?
My record? But you can't. That's for me to break.
Not anymore.
Soon 37702 was racing down the main line. His wheels pounded the rails as he pulled hard. He blew his horn rudely to everyone he passed. Soon it was time for the run to the docks. 37702 raced faster and faster down the line.
The record is mine. The record is mine.
Soon he reached the junction. The signalman changed 37702 onto the line to the docks. The diesel didn't know why he had been changed onto the other line, but thought it was a shortcut, and went even faster.
Arr! Slow down!
There's no need to break the sound barrier.
There it is then, he said as he raced through the docks.
I'll show Sir Topham Hatt that Diesel's in a more superior mode of transport.
The passengers at the quay watched as 37702 raced past. They shouted and waved, but a foolish 37702 thought they were cheering for him. The passengers were cross at being left behind. 3702 was just almost out of the docks when the coach's brakes slipped on. The train came to a groaning stop. 3702 was annoyed,
Why have we stopped?
but he didn't have to wait long. A furious passenger stormed out, shaking his fist angrily.
That was my stop!
The passengers swarmed around the train like angry bees, telling their crew just what they thought. The Diesel felt very silly. 37702 was very late as he slipped silently into the station. He was too embarrassed to be seen, but Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for him.
I don't know how things are on the mainland, but we have speed limits here. My railway is not a racetrack and you're not a NASCAR. I don't allow speed demons on my railway. You have harassed my engines and made a laughingstock of my railway. I will not put up with such behavior. I'm sending you back to the mainland.
Well, 37702 didn't break on the record after all.
But he certainly broke his pride.
37702 scowled. He was in disgrace. Gordon was soon back to pulling the express, and knows better now than to pretend to be ill. As for 37702, however, he was taking a train back to the mainland with him for Henry. Well, look here, if it isn't the speed demon. Huh, that name suits you. Ha! Who's giving the names now? 37702 growled as he gritted his teeth. He said nothing as he crossly pulled away back to the mainland, away from expresses, steam engines, and speed records.
It's Thomas the Tank Engine, hip 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 hooray. Chugga chugga chug chug chuff chuff chuff, he rides along the way. And when you hear that whistle, it can only be one train. Our favorite little engine, Thomas is his name. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. He's a really useful engine with a heart that's big and strong. He chugga chugga chuff chuffs, working hard, helping everyone. Thomas, he has lots of friends and you can be one too. Just clap, clap, clap and sing along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. There's Gordon and Henry, Edward, James and Toby, Annie and Clarabelle, Percy, Terrence and Bertie, Diesel, Duck and Daisy, lots more friends for you. He's always up to mischief, that cheeky little train. He chugga chugga chuff chuffs everywhere, he's always playing games. The fat controller scolds him, but he loves him just the same. Our favorite little